Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
What's up?
And welcome back to, what are we?
Live,
Let
thrive.
We almost for 1 second, we were harmonizing, but that ended pretty quickly. Oh man, episode 15.
15.
The quinceañera episode.
Yes, for our Spanish speakers.
We have become a woman today.
What?
That's a quinceañera.
Gotcha.
Back in the,
Yeah.
Okay.
To the quinceañera. Got
Quinceañera.
it.
Yeah, there you go. We're not wearing dresses, by the way. You know, we couldn't find one appropriate enough for the show.
Yes, we are back.
We're back. At 15, man. This is awesome. This is like a little bitty milestone, but a milestone, you know.
15. Yeah, it's a big number.
15's a big number in Mexican culture.
And it is. I actually seen a quinceañera at the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're always taking pictures out there and stuff.
Pretty dope.
It's pretty dope.
But this week in Airbnb, man, we've had a lot, man. We're in the middle. Well, not in the middle of Hurricane Harvey, but like Hurricane Harvey is near us, about 3.5 hours from us. So people are like looting gas.
Yeah. I hope that's what it was. I mean, I'm not hope. Are they? When you say looting, that means like stealing, right? But
I'm sorry. They're not looting gas. Bad choice of words. Okay, gas is low because of refineries down in Houston. So
what is it called when you
stocking
hoarding gas? Yeah.
So
I think it's more. I think Houston, Texas, where a lot of the refineries are, most of the refineries, and right now Houston is underwater. We're filming this August the 30th. And so right now, Houston's still underwater. It's crazy. They, of course, a lot of people, in trouble over there. And if you could help. I mean, it might be a little late. Oh, no, it's probably going on for a little while, right?
Yeah, because I was able to put, I think, 5 people up in my Airbnbs. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You got family in Houston.
Yeah, they were able to get out. Like, I literally had to tell one of my cousins to get out. Like, he left, like, he was in North Houston. So when Hurricane Harvey hit, he hopped on the road and he was able to get out. I wasn't able to help the victims who actually stayed yet. Hopefully they can get out and I'll have more rooms available. But yeah, I helped out 5 people who evacuated. So the evacuees I've been able to help out. But because it's hard to get out now, you know what I mean? So,
dude, yeah. And I was in South Padre Island up until Thursday. Oh. See, we were supposed to be there in South Padre, which for all the a lot of people know where that is, but it's on the southern tip on the coast of Texas, like way down there, right, touching Mexico. And so we went on a little vacation, and we left that Sunday, and then we were going to come back Friday. And then we just see every day, everybody was talking about it, this hurricane just floating there, going real slow in the Gulf of Mexico. Mm-hmm. And they were pointing all the arrows at South Padre Island. And we were like, yeah, we should get out of here, man.
Dang, man.
And so we left a day early, and then we hopped on a plane. Thank goodness for my job that I have. I can just hop on a plane whenever I want. And if there's seats available. And there was plenty of seats. So we hopped on a plane, got back here. And the next day is when it started, making landfall. Yeah, it was a Friday into Saturday is when it was really, because that thing was going slow in the Gulf of Mexico, just gaining momentum, and it touched Padre a little bit. It got rain and some high winds, but then it just left. It went up north and just hit Corpus real hard and Houston. Yeah, Houston, and it just stayed over Houston. It didn't want to leave, man.
Yeah, so right now, if that levee breaks, Houston's gonna go like pretty much straight underwater. It's going to be like Katrina. And
jeez.
Yeah, so my wife's grandma's still there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she didn't leave. It's a few more people. But my coworker's uncle, they were able to get him today. They got him out on a boat. So
that's good.
Yeah, man. You got family down there. Our Live, Let Thrive's thoughts and prayers.
With them.
Yeah, so when it's kind of affecting us up here in the north because we're going to have a bunch of people up here. And I will be definitely providing Airbnb housing for free because, Airbnb did hit me up. So they're if you get in contact with Airbnb, they will let you list your listing for $0 because at first they wouldn't let you because Airbnb has to take its fees out. So they are allowing people to list their housing for $0 for people that do have an Airbnb out there. Go ahead, do it.
That is awesome, man. How they do stuff like that. Airbnb, they help out a lot. With the refugees, stuff like that. Displaced people. It's a great format, man. And it sucks that local governments and big government want to crack down on it, and
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good. It's producing a lot of good. I mean, and I think of like some of the good things. Of course, helping refugees, helping people that are displaced by floods and storms, and it's like a format to get people to know, hey, you can come here for free, whatever, we'll help you out. And it's a beautiful thing. And places are banning Airbnb, just like they want a lot of places banning Uber and Lyft, stuff like that, because for whatever reasons. But I'm like, I think about how many lives has Uber and Lyft saved by getting drunk drivers a cheap alternative to get home,
Yeah.
And or people that just need a ride somewhere for whatever reason, a medical emergency reason or something, they can get a little cheap ride somewhere. They don't have to pay $50 or $100 for a taxi cab that they don't have, I mean, how many lives has these technologies saved? And I don't know. It's frustrating that the government is trying to crack down on things like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And Airbnb has done its best to help out. But before the hurricane hit, I was having my gripe issues with Airbnb.
Nice segue.
But I found out a slick little cancellation policy they have in place to where they make money.
Uh-oh.
And it kind of threw me for a little loop. So, okay.
Getting finessed by Airbnb.
Yeah. So, okay. This woman tried to come to town for the Texans game, right? So she booked a couple days ago. She wanted to come to town for the Texans game.
From where?
From Tyler, Texas.
Oh, okay.
But the Texans game got canceled because because the NFL's donating to Hurricane Harvey, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, cool. She was like, she canceled. I had a moderate on there, so she wouldn't have got her money back if she canceled. So she canceled, and when she told me the reason, and I seen the reason, I already had a feeling. I'm like, okay, she's probably going to cancel because I got the notification on my game, hey, Houston's underwater. Houston Texans aren't going to play at the Cowboy Stadium,
right?
Whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So when she canceled, I was like, okay, no problem. So she went to the resolution center, asked her for her money back, and I was like, oh, no problem. I sent her a message, hey, I got you. I'll send you your money back. We're kind of in a state of emergency right now, right?
Yeah.
So I sent her the money. I sent her $35 back. Now, what Airbnb sends me a message saying, hey, we're just going to take the $35 out of your payout, out of your next payout. So I'm like, hold on. This woman paid $35. Just give her money back. Yeah. They're like, no, we're just going to take it out of your payout for your next. I'm like,
what?
So I'm like, hold on. So, and then I looked at her screenshots. She paid them $41, taxes, fees. So I'm like, hold on. Airbnb's about to make $41 off my cancellation because I refunded her money back.
Wow. So in other words, they're trying to get you to be more an a-hole and not give her money back because you're gonna get screwed.
Now this is the other part. Okay. Last week, 2 weeks ago, or it was a week and a half ago, week and a half ago, someone canceled my timeshare. Look, this lady booked the same day she checked in, right? Then she canceled and says, oh, I found out I have surgery. I'm like, you found out you had surgery today and you booked the room? Okay, whatever. God. So she goes, I want all my money back. I'm like, I'm not kind of hesitant on my timeshare because I have to put up money to get the room, right? So I'm like, well, the cancellation policy is strict. I'm like, just take it up with Airbnb and cancel, but I'm not going to cancel it for you since you supposedly had surgery. You've just booked this room, right? So, okay, whatever. Right. She goes up, cancels the room. Airbnb comes to me saying she sent us documentation on her surgery. We're going to refund her money. So I'm like, okay, what about the money I put up? So I sent them documentation. They're like, well, it's your timeshare. We can't refund you the money. So I'm like, what?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so my thing is, I think, no knock against your Airbnb, because we're all pro Airbnb here. I think Airbnb's found a way to make extra money off cancellations.
An untapped market, yeah.
Yeah, and I never thought about that. So those strict those cancellation policies are kind of pro Airbnb instead of pro me, because it'd be messed up to keep the woman's $35, right?
Yeah,
It's Texas. We're underwater right now. Parts of us are underwater. So why can't you just give her money back?
Right.
That was kind of messed up to me. I may have to call him about that, because that was kind of that didn't sit well with me.
There, some people have mentioned that they're maybe tightening their belt a little, trying to get the profits as high as it could be right before the big IPO. You know what I'm saying?
When are they supposed to IPO?
I'm not sure. But, I mean, it has to be coming soon. You got to strike while the iron's hot, right?
Yeah.
Before every city starts doing some crazy stuff and it starts looking like a bad investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the guy on the forums, the death of Airbnb. What was that guy's name again?
That I don't know his name.
No, okay, that was a different guy.
Yeah,
who was the guy that you wanted to get on the show next? Oh, by the way, shout out to James Carlson on the last show.
Oh yeah, shout out to James.
Wicked awesome dude.
Yeah, really good guy. Knows his stuff in the Airbnb market in Denver. Get with him if you're in that area. He knows his stuff. We'll have links to his site. But yeah, guy named John. We're gonna try to get him on the show. He's a VRBO guy, which is still part of the share economy, but. He has a different take on Airbnb due to his market, so we want to kind of talk to him more about that. So
the other guy y'all mentioned Underwood. What was his name?
Yeah, John.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, there's another J. There's all these J's popping up.
James, John. Yeah.
James, John, James. Yeah, it's like a and Al, of course. They have. Oh yeah. They've
Jasper.
Y'all heard the Al episode? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jasper. Yeah. Our buddy, our good friend. Jasper Rivers.
Yeah.
So where are you going? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No. That was it, man. It's just a little slick cancellation cash cow.
Oh, we talked about the IPO coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And I just heard people, saying they're tighten things up a little bit, getting it pretty for the IPO. Hey, look at all these revenue streams. Look how much money we're bringing in, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, we're going to all buy that stock. All of us.
And then, like, last week, Airbnb was just having issues, man, all around the clock. Like, I couldn't post listings and things like that. Like, they were having glitches in their system. Leaving reviews, they won't show up. So, I don't know if last week was a bad week for them or what, but, yeah, I haven't had a few gripes with Airbnb.
Nice.
Yeah,
a question I asked, you wanted to bring up, okay, I'll finish my thought first.
Go
ahead. And we kind of talked about it a little bit on the last show, and it's the first question on here. On our Apple notes, by the way. Hey, Apple, if y'all like us dropping your name, send us some products. We're cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Endorse us. We're pro Apple and pro Airbnb. Go Silicon Valley.
We are hardcore iPhoners. You know what I'm saying? I know we can't download all the cool apps, but still, watch movies on our phone like some of our friends with their fancy Androids. Anyways, so. I directed the question at James. I said, What does passive income mean to you? How do you personally define it?
Passive income? I kind of look at passive income as cash flow. What I can make off of my investments and extra money sitting around to me, after I pay everything off, my extra cash flow, and just kind of what do people call it? The what's the money they call it? Well, Boyce Watkins always says, hey, if you have a job and you were an entrepreneur and one day they let you go or whatever, you got to have some effort money. That's what passive income is to me.
Some effort money.
Okay, effort. Cool, I'm out. And speaking of my job, man, it's crazy you asked me about passive income and having that extra income. So this last week of my job laid off like 70 people.
Oh,
right?
Damn.
This is why I work contracts in my field. So I'm a contractor.
Yeah.
They laid off like 30 contractors and like 40 of their own employees. They let go one guy on my team. This guy had been with the company for like 12 years. And he always talked to me about entrepreneurship, and he was like, I just can't get into that. But his wife's real big into entrepreneurship. She's an entrepreneur. And but the thing is, he's the only one that's producing income or whatever, and they laid him off. And I was just thinking, and I told my wife, and we're kind of down about it, and I'm like, me and my wife kind of picked ourselves up. We're like, this is exactly why we're doing what we do, because you truly can't trust these corporations, man. They do what's best for themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, they don't care. You have 2 kids, house, they don't care, and
Your
it's
number.
sad stuff.
Your number.
Exactly. This is exactly what your number. So and that really motivated me and my wife to get our upstairs going, start producing more income. Because you can either look at 2 things as, okay, this is a downfall, or this is a learning experience, Yeah. So that's what passive income to me. If I get laid off tomorrow, okay, cool. I got other streams of income. I have time to go get another contract, That's what it is to me, man. Financial freedom.
Oh, there you go. And it's not, I guess it's not really, in that sense, it's not really passive, because you're working to build those income streams and to maintain them, right? It's not just, I'm putting my money in Apple stock and leaving it there. That's what I would think was the ultimate passive. It's just money that's just invested in the stock market and just whatever, rolling and rolling and rolling. And you're not doing anything to it, right? That's kind of the most extreme example of passive income, I would think.
That is.
Unless you're an active, okay, let's say you put it in a mutual fund, and for example,
just grows for you.
Because if you're a day trader, then that's different. You're actually studying and working a bunch of hours to make that 0.5% more than most people do.
Yeah, the only passive income I would say is probably from, what can I call it, passive income? I was gonna say from my condo. I don't really call that, because I don't think it's just a check every month. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Until that lady, is the same lady still there?
Yeah.
Okay. How long is she going to be there for?
It's supposed to be till November, but I put her on a month-to-month instead of a lease. So she's pretty cool, because she was like, I work contracts, and she's kind of in the same field as me. It's just I'm in IT, she's in nursing, but she works contracts, kind of like I do. So she's like, if she's been a good tenant for a few months, so I'm like, hey, don't even worry about the lease. We'll just do month-to-month. Money keeps coming in.
That's a beautiful thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
And that's the thing about it. It's good to have a good tenant, because I know you always get the tenant blues.
Last time, the last payment I received, because I told you I opened that Chase thing, that Chase account, Chase Bank, make it easier for them. And so the last check, I was like, I texted her the day before, hey, tomorrow the rest of the rent's due, please pay. Please. I don't want to call you and text you again. And I didn't get any response from the text message, and I was like, whatever. Went to sleep, went to work the next day, and boom, the thing from Chase Bank, a little pop up, whatever indicator. Okay, your account has this much money in it now, and it paid the full thing. What? And I was on time, the freaking day it was due. And I was
there you go, man. You're getting a good renter.
But as my house slowly deteriorates,
it's all good. Maybe your boyfriend's out and he's selling drugs again. No, I'm joking. Man, no, just joking. Man. Dark humor.
I'm gonna make a meth lab in my house. Gonna go kaboom. Okay. Back on track. I love this show, man. I love this. We're all over the map. We start off with somber, Houston thing, and then we segue into your gripes about the fees, right?
Yeah.
And then we talk about meth labs in our houses blowing up. I mean, we're just all over the place, and that's what I love about it. It's like I'm working a butt ton of hours right now. And, we have a new baby. I'm the sole income bread maker of the family. We got the income from the rental, and it's been frustrating, the rental. And it's just, I just been working a lot of hours, job that I'm not, it's okay. I'm just not really crazy about. And I come home and I'm tired, and I will have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and do it again, 12 hours every day. 1 day off a week. I'm hitting it pretty hard right now.
1 day off a week?
1 day off a week. Yeah, I've been working overtime on my day off, and then plus overtime every day, 4 hours every day. Trying to get a lot of, because we're trying to buy that third house, which is one step closer to the whole passive income, financial freedom thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just worn out. But then when we hit record on this thing, it's just this is my this is my like Zen space, man. I can just like let loose and just enjoy and just talk stuff we love to talk about. I'm so passionate about real estate now, and all the podcasts we listen to is real estate, or most of them, and it's so exciting that we're talking about this Airbnb thing that's like, it's the thing that's going to help give us freedom, and become our own businesses, and it's changing. I'm sorry, going off on a thing, but it's changing people's lives, and hopefully it'll change our lives, and it already is changing your life. And I just love it that we found something that we really love to do, and I can't wait to teach it to my kids, and teach them how to, or whatever, find a way to make money off their passions, because it's you get one freaking life, right? And why be miserable your whole freaking life and then hope to retire with a little chunk of change, and then they put you in a dang home anyways, and you fade out, Yeah. I'm getting old, whatever. But
now that you say that, my latest guest brought me some good information about traveling and being able to travel for free, which you already do, but like living somewhere for free. So here's another 2 good things that are coming in the share economy. And he said they haven't taken off yet, but he uses it. It's a thing called Workaway and World Packers. What they do is, like, let's say somebody in South America is building a house, and they might not have the resources or not know how to do it to rebuild their house. You can go live with them for 6 months or however long they'll need you to rebuild their house. They'll provide food, clothing, shelter, and everything, and you just go over there.
That's awesome, dude.
The dude who's living in my house, that's what he's been doing. He's been traveling all throughout Europe, using his skills. Like, if you have IT skills, hey, come live over here for X amount of time. I'll pay for everything for you. Yeah.
Workaway.
Yeah, Workaway, dude, and that is so World sweet. Packers.
That is awesome, dude.
If people are single and young and you have skill, that's what I would tell them to do.
That is greatness, to go see the world and get paid.
Yes.
And for free, travel free.
So he said pretty much, he worked 4 or 5 hours, however long the guy needed him a day. After that, he was free. Go travel, walk around.
Definitely do it now, because especially if you're doing international, those governments don't mess around with pay and employees and stuff like that. So yeah, they're gonna
really
hit that one hard. Yeah, for like one of us to work in a foreign country. Oh man, how many visas and hurdles you got to jump through, stuff like that. I know it's just a dude hiring you to help and giving you room and board, but you're bringing in foreign workers. In a nutshell, you're bringing in foreign workers without having them have a work visa. And so I'm just saying, I'm just looking way in the future. And right now it's cool. Yeah, you do it, enjoy it now. Youngsters, or even people with a family, they want to go vacation somewhere, and the dad can work a little bit.
Because the guy who does it, he's actually retired. But you know what? I'm gonna ask him about that.
Like, maybe in the States it might not matter, but like if you're going to England or something, or Paris, and they have real strict, work laws because their unemployment's so high, and you're bringing in people from another country to work and do work on your house or your car or whatever. You're bringing in foreign labor. I'm just saying. I foresee a problem in the future.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna. You know what? That's a good question to ask him. Like, did you have if there's any hoops for him to jump through? Because I guess I didn't think about the nitty gritty part of it. Because I guess I've never really been to Europe or anything. But that's actually a good point.
I mean, there's laws, like if you're a musician going to Europe, and you have to have work permits, visas to play your instrument in another country.
What?
Even if they suspect that you're bringing in a guitar to make money over there, yeah, they'll kick you out of the country, man. It's strict. You have to get everything set up right, It's because they're really, they're hardcore about jobs, man. They don't want foreign people coming in,
taking their jobs,
not paying taxes, not getting visas, stuff like that, So I can just see that problem happening in the future with this website, particularly. Mm-hmm. But right now, it's the Wild West, and cool. Hopefully it works out good. But there's some issues on that.
I'm gonna see about that. Yeah. I'm gonna go home and talk to that guy. Actually, yeah. Hopefully he's still up, because I'm gonna ask him about that. I never thought about that, like the loops you would have to go through. Because I guess that's why people like America. You can just come over here, get a work visa, boom, I'm in there.
Yeah, you got to apply for a work visa.
Yeah, you got to apply for it, of course. But geez, that's pretty crazy. I never thought about that.
Oh, people pay. Yeah, well, yeah. You pay big bucks to get over here and and get a visa and all that. Yeah, I had to go through that with my wife, you know.
Yeah.
So when she got here from Mexico, I guess like about, it was like 2 months later, they sent her work visa.
Yeah.
Her work visa, oh, it was like 3 months. Work visa travel card. So she couldn't technically work while she's here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like an under the table kind of job, something like that.
Definitely.
But yeah, I see that being an issue, a big issue if people start doing that, you know, bringing people from other countries to come do some work at their house.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I never thought about it.
But anyways, what other app was it?
No, they're called workaway.info and worldpackers.com. That's what this guy uses to travel all over Europe.
Worldpackers.com.
Yeah.
And is that the same thing? You work for somebody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the exact same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, man.
Another thing that's up and coming in the share economy is a place called TaskRabbit and SpinLister.
Huh.
TaskRabbit, that's like, TaskRabbit would work really good with Airbnb because you can go hire a cleaner.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
TaskRabbit, SpinLister, you can list your bikes on there, like your pedal bikes, and people can rent them out for you. Me and my wife about to start doing that.
Wow.
But we're going to see if we can just only list them to the Airbnb tenants. So see how that works.
You know, I actually did. This is about a year or two ago. I saw. Okay, this is before Trump. I don't hear much about it after Trump for whatever reason. Maybe just a coincidence, whatever. But there was an app that actually it was designed for day laborers. You know, like you pick up. Okay, here in Texas, the Mexican dudes would be at Home Depots or wherever hanging out waiting for someone to
Cooper Street in Arlington.
Cooper Street, big time off the racetrack.
Yep.
And you scoop them up. You need something done at your house. Scoop these guys up. Pay them some money. Give them some beers. You get a discount if you speak Spanish. And and then you pay them and drop them back off afterwards. And they're called day laborers. And they're actually, someone created an app where you can take a picture of your face and say, I'm Juan or whatever, whatever name, and just say, I work, these are my skills, boom, boom, boom. So the guy that you need work at your house, you can look at this website and pick up a day laborer, which most of the time are undocumented immigrants. Wow. And so okay, that was pre-Trump. Post-Trump, I don't hear much talk about that anymore because I don't know, you want to put yourself on blast with all the ICE guys out there, chasing people down right now. So
that possible. Well, I don't know. You think you can still blow? Okay. Do you think that's kind of why some states are anti-share economy?
What? Yeah. I think so.
Because you can start doing stuff like that.
You can totally circumvent Uncle Sam. Yeah, he don't pay attention until he starts losing money.
That's true.
Yeah. And back on the hurricane right now, passed through Houston, and it's underwater, all this stuff, and people, there's refugees, people need shelter, and our state, okay, let's say a state like Oregon is, you would say more progressive, right? More
than Texas,
more left.
Yeah, definitely more left leaning,
liberal.
Yes, very.
We'll help out the undocumented. We're not going to try to deport everybody.
Yeah,
and on the news, I was watching the news. I'm not trying to make this all political. I'm just saying we talked about day laborers, but right now it's the way things are with people that friends are scared because of Trump. He's trying to all his big talk and stuff like that, and I'm not saying I'm not trying to be on either side of the argument. I'm just saying what I see in my community, and yeah, even on the news, if you've been watching the news, which is all over the news is about the flood, right? There's these what are they called? Centers that the people that are opening it up to people to stay at with cots and what are they called?
Shelters.
Shelters, shelters. And they're on the news, and it's crazy because you see this cops talking to the camera and saying, we're not here to deport anybody or check anybody's. We're just trying to help. We just want to help. So don't be afraid to come get help. It's like, to even have to say that, that's kind of weird, like pulling someone from the flood and, that got to send you back, it's kind of like, it kind of hurts to hear it in a way, how things have totally kind of changed since someone became president. But yeah, it's the new normal right now. A lot of crazy stuff going on in this country.
Dang,
man.
I didn't know that was going on. Like, yeah. Checking visas in the water. No, but I mean, dang. I mean,
but I have friends that are Trump supporters. I have friends that are not Trump supporters, and I'll listen to everybody and I'll talk with everybody. But I'm just throwing out there what we're seeing, what we're experiencing in this time, in this day and age.
Yeah, especially with Hurricane Harvey going on, because there's a huge Hispanic population, and especially in some parts of Houston. If some parts of Houston you go to, if you can't speak Spanish, good luck. No, seriously.
That's true. Fort Worth too.
Yeah, exactly.
Irving. Yeah, I mean, well,
Yeah.
I hope ICE isn't listening to this, by the way. Where did you say they were? Anyways, back to like off this political weirdness going on. You put Danny Glover on the notes.
Yeah, Danny Glover is now. I didn't really get to read the article. I just seen the article title and I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. So I guess the gist of it is they're using Danny Glover to attract more minorities or African Americans to the Airbnb market. Which
I didn't know there was a void.
Me neither. I don't know where they came up with that. So I guess what they do is they just kind of put a face on it so it looks more appealing.
Yeah. You can relate to Danny Glover, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, I never knew they were voiding it out. Like, yeah, we ain't hitting up no Airbnbs, But I think Airbnb kind of took care of that themselves with, people saying, hey, if you're discriminating, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, so I guess Danny Glover is going to be advising Airbnb on things. So I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Exactly. I don't know what that means.
Apparently he's not getting too old for this.
Yeah.
Danny G.
Also, Airbnb tied up with Jet Airway, I heard.
Jet Airway?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I guess they're tied up together. You can get like a discount if you get your flight through Jet Airways. I'm not sure. Don't take what I'm saying is definitive, but yeah, I guess you can book flights with Jet Airway and get a discount on an Airbnb, I guess, from what I'm hearing. So yeah. So Airbnb's doing a lot of stuff, and I guess that's kind of where they're raising their prices on us.
Yeah, man, finessing the hosts, bro.
Yeah,
that was what you wrote. My gripe with Airbnb overcharging fees.
Yeah, man, that was one of them. But other than that, good news with Airbnb. We got my room B fully upgraded.
Room B.
My room M is coming. I know everyone's like, "Why you have an M?"
Myka?
It's my son's old room, so Malachi, I guess.
Malachi.
But we just couldn't find a C. That's what it was. So we're like, hey, we're all M's. Let's put an M up on the room. So yeah, we couldn't. Sense. Yeah, couldn't find a C, so we said use the M. But that's gonna be our best room. Once we have pictures of that, that's gonna take us to the next level.
And popping.
Yeah, and October 9th, our upstairs Dallas Cowboy college football suite is coming. So
wow,
October 9th. So
that's the thing. Going back to I want to make my house in Arlington, my current house in Arlington. I was thinking Dallas Cowboys theme, but I'm like, what if some Redskins fans come to town? They might want to.
Don't make it a theme. Just put in your list and hey, if you want to come for a game, it's crazy. As soon as I updated my list and hey, you want to come for a game, great location. Someone came and booked that Houston Texans game, but it got canceled.
Oh, yeah.
They were just going to stay for 2 days, and I upped the charges, and they paid for it. So I was like, dang.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm ready for my upstairs suite. Speaking of places, how's the house coming?
It's coming, dude. I've got most of all the documents in, and I think we'll see the closing date September 22nd. Right now, today is August 30th, right?
Yeah.
They wanted the people living there wanted a little extra time to move out, and I told you that I even asked them. I told my agent, ask them if they want to sell their furniture. They had nice furniture there.
Okay.
And they said, well, they only want to sell the dining room table with the chairs, and a table that's like a little in the kitchen. There's got a little table with some tall chairs, one of those kind of things. And I was like, okay, well, how much are they selling those for? And it goes, the dining room table, $450. And and I see those on Craigslist all day long at $100, $150.
Exactly.
People getting rid of those left and right. and then the other little table $150. So they're looking. They wanted to get some big bucks right off the bat.
Finessing.
Yeah, I was thinking more like $10 over here. But it wasn't even. And the thing is, and you have a nice house, and from what I've seen, and the thing is, it was a nice dining room table, and I've been to friends' houses, and my brother that has a formal dining room, with the china, and has the dining room table and the nice chairs, and they never freaking use it, dude.
That's why I turned mine into a computer room.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. I told my wife this is going to be the live, let, thrive room. We'll have a nice sofa in there to chill out. Guests come by, we can have everything set up nice. Right now, we just have everything everywhere, but we're gonna have it set up nice just for that purpose, and then just like a chill room. We'll come home, just plop on the couch, something cool. Because a dining room table, our generation don't use that crap.
They don't. And me and my wife, we're gonna use the kitchen table for like family dinners or whatever, but like the dining room table. So what we did, we're actually the add-on to that, we're going to enclose it because ours isn't enclosed. We're going to enclose it for our office because sometimes we have Airbnb has come down, and they're just kind of looking at you.
with you.
Yeah, exactly.
They were like walking behind you and stuff.
Exactly. So we kind of going to get rid of that. So we kind of want to enclose it. We're going to put a wall there, paint, and then put some stuff in there. So a little bit more privacy.
That's cool, man. And in this day and age of I want open everything, you want to actually close something. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Going old school a little bit,
Yeah.
And I remember my grandma's house, and she lived in Haltom City, back over close by here, back in the day. Well, they're from South Texas, but then they moved there, and this is a while back. God rest her soul. And so they the way they made this, first of all, they made these houses back then. They weren't big houses, They were all of them were like, I don't know, those in that area of Haltom, like 1,100, 1,200 square foot, three bedroom house, 1-car garage kind of thing, and but they put so many freaking doors in those houses, man. Like,
wow.
Like little hallway door, a door for each side of the living room. It's old school little old lady house,
Yeah.
And we ended up taking all those doors off the hinges because why do you want so many freaking doors everywhere? Back
Open
then,
space.
that was just the style back then. But the thing is, all those houses came with like a half acre of yard, dude. They used to give big yards back then. You go to Haltom City, stuff like that. But now it's micro yards. There's some houses that don't have any yard. You can touch the fence from your from the back patio.
Literally. Because I'm from Oregon. We have huge backyards.
Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon and Washington. Yeah,
they have big backyards.
Yeah, especially Washington. Washington, you have a huge backyard.
I thought it's like space is a premium over there. Well, now it is, right?
Probably is now, but like the houses that are already built, we could literally in my parents' backyard, they have a storage shed that someone could live in, and also one of the balcony decks that extend out where you can go down the stairs with a child slide on it, and they could still pretty much fit a baseball field back there in their backyard. God, with all that stuff. Yeah, their backyards are huge out there. People build tree houses, like homemade tree houses in backyards.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Just let the kids out, run around,
Exactly.
That's awesome, man.
Now here, I don't have any backyard. I have a patio, which we manually built. We built a patio, which took up most of our backyard because this weekend's my son's birthday party, and we're going to have to kind of scramble for space. So we're going to put up a tarp and things like that. But, yeah, you're scrambling for space, man. And, the backyard's about to get smaller because we've decided to get a hot tub.
Okay, back to hot tubs, man. Yeah. I love me some hot tub.
So we were looking for all these hot tubs, right? We're like, dang, these things are kind of expensive. And while we were furnishing room M, we seen they start showing you random stuff. We just seen some hot tubs. So we're like, hot tub that's already used. And they're going for like $2,000, 7-seaters. Companies on there selling their old hot tubs to get their new inventory in. Me and my wife were like, why didn't we just think to buy a used hot tub? We buy everything else off Facebook Marketplace and offer up. So we start going through. We start finding them. So we're gonna try to get a hot tub in the next few months. Let's say few weeks. So if we can have a hot tub while the stadium's hot. Throw a hot tub back there. Yeah. That could be cool.
Just first, a used hot tub, you might want to bleach the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I'm going to try to buy it from, I know this guy, I met him on Facebook Marketplace. He's a hot tub salesman. So he'll come clean it, make sure it works for you, and get everything up and running. He'll deliver as well. So beautiful.
That's one of the things I liked. I lived in apartments back in the day, of course. I think we all did our apartment tour. And I lived at these apartments that was like on the 3rd floor, and it was overlooking the hot tub. So I had entertainment some nights, man. It was, and most of it's discreet. You know, they'd be at the corner doing their thing, whatever. I'd be out there chilling, drinking a beer, and I'd have entertainment a lot of nights, and so and one time I'll go ahead. Yeah, we talk what we want on the show. We got grown-ups listening to the show. Kids don't listen to real estate podcasts, do they?
I don't know.
I hope not. Well, this guy was just no shame. This dude, he had her sitting up on the side.
Wow,
just standing. Not even like there was no discreet in there. Just like going crazy, and I was just like, bravo. And and then they get done, and they both walk out of the hot tub buck naked and go back to their wherever they went.
Wow, in the apartment complex, man.
In the middle, where like in the middle of a cluster of apartments, and so I've seen some hot tub experiences. And by the way, it's harder than it looks to. From what I've heard, honey, if my wife's listening, it's a difficult.
Wow,
just like the movies, they show the shower scenes. It looks all romantic, man.
Never like that in the show.
Just like what was his name from the Kings of Comedy? Remember the one that passed away?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. He talked about that. He's like, man, she's like, my wife's want me. Let's go take a shower together. He goes, and you think, man, he goes, this is how it's gonna turn out. She's gonna be getting the water in her. I'm gonna be on the side of on the end of the tub, freezing my ass. That's pretty true. It's pretty. I'm just waiting for your turn to get the water, right?
But dang, I guess, just like James Guest, he said they were using this house for a kind of a brothel husband and wife.
Like hopefully they were married, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, people need to add some spice. So
just told her, don't tell me these things, just do what you do, and that's a reason. Like when we started Airbnb, my wife was concerned with people are going to be sleeping in our bed, blah, blah, blah. And that was why I told you, we'll keep an extra bed. We'll leave it in the garage. That'll be our bed. And then that'll be the Airbnb guest's bed. And then, when we get back we're out of town or something, we'll put our bed back in there. Not simple solution,
Yeah.
And so, you know what? Sex is like half of life, right?
There you go.
You can't be born without someone having done it, right?
Yeah,
so we'll tackle it. We'll tackle it a little bit.
90% of life.
And we're discreet. We're kind of, we're not saying these big words, but it's part of it, man. And people are going to be getting frisky at your Airbnb. That's a good topic, actually.
What?
People getting frisky at your Airbnb. And people, and how to deal with that.
I've heard stories, man. I've heard stories. I've heard stories about the people doing the one night stay thing, like the people with the one night stay. Yeah, the people who have one night stays on their Airbnbs where you can check in late. Mine's like that, but I haven't had the late night screwers come in. I haven't had it. I've heard other people complain about them, but I haven't had them. But I guess in my listing, you could kind of allow it because I do you can check in late and then I'll just send a code to you and you can come in and go to your room. But I haven't had to deal with them. So
well, maybe you're not advertising right.
That's true. I'm going to keep my Cowboys advertisement up there.
Room X. Hookup Central. The down low room,
Yeah, definitely.
No. So back on topic.
Yeah.
I don't know what on topic means anymore. We're just all over the place. We're so
Oh, speaking of advertising, like to certain people, I was thinking kind of like how Al Williamson said, changing the way you advertise and using Airbnb is just a stepping stone. I was thinking how to advertise, like how I want to advertise my upstairs room. I was thinking maybe get a hold of out of town or out of state season ticket holders and advertise your room directly to them. Wow. So you'll always have a guest.
Dude, that's a great idea.
I know.
That's a great idea.
Me and my wife were talking about it.
So how do you find these people?
That's what that was my next step of going into it. It's like, okay, how would I get like a list? Maybe I could call the stadium like, hey, you have a list of people who kind of have to travel far and they're season ticket holders. Because what does a season ticket holder do? If they're not going to go to the game, they give their ticket away.
Right.
So then you always have someone in your room. Because like our new upstairs is going to hold 6 people. Getting 6 people, that's easy.
Nice. Good
I know.
idea.
It's just like with the corporate rentals, instead of going through the corporate rentals, go straight to the traveling nurse, to the hub.
You know, and with the tickets thing, I guess the first old school share economy would be StubHub, right? That's like an old school share economy thing going on. People couldn't go to games; they threw their season tickets on StubHub, and I have friends that have Texas Rangers tickets, for example. Yeah. Baseball, there's 162 baseball games, right? Yeah. A ridiculous amount of games. I don't know why there's so many, but anyways, people can't go to all. Well, half that would be here in Arlington. People can't go to all 80 some odd games, 81 games. Yeah. And so there's be times they can't go. And so they automatically have an account with StubHub. So whenever they know they can't go, boom, they hit a button and they're on StubHub, right away, instantly.
What if you can like include that, like kind of get something where your housing is included as well? Like, cause I've had guests. I've had 2 guests, 3 guests. I've had a lot of guests stay for the Ranger games.
Oh, nice.
I had a girl stay for the Ranger game, left out and drove up to Minnesota. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty crazy. So that's where the share economy, learn stuff like that.
Yeah. By the way, James Carlson, I'm sorry about my joke about the Denver Nuggets. I know that they're an NBA basketball team, so not a D League.
Yeah. They're D League since they
lost. Take a dig at my Mavs, man. What's up with that?
They're D League now since they lost Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, that's over with for them.
It's been a minute. Anyways, sports is big time. Yeah, it tie it into your Airbnb. People travel for their teams, man.
They do.
People travel for
especially for the Cowboys. Cowboys. That's really why Cowboys are America's team.
Yeah, people and I used to drive down the division all the time, and Jerry Jones is smart. A smart dude. They're making a killing off the damn parking lots, dude. They're making a killing.
You know what I do?
What was that?
I advertise from my house how far the Uber ride is and how much you can save on parking.
Nice.
Because I tell in my listing, hey, if you want to avoid the parking fees, just take a Uber from my house and back. It's less than parking.
Less than parking. Plus, you can get your drink on.
Exactly. That's what you're doing at a game. You're drinking.
You're drinking. Yeah, you're drinking $10 beers.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jerry.
And you know what? I might start providing beers.
Don't say that. Yeah, I don't think.
Never mind. No, I'm not. I'm not going to start providing beers.
Edit point.
Yeah. Edit.
What was I going to say? Anyways, the off division on the south side of the stadium, southeast side of the stadium. Mm-hmm. There's a huge parking lot, and it's all RVs out there, man. That's RV parking, man. People come and stay for a few days and stuff, and people tailgate, but there's specifically a whole parking satellite area just crammed full of RVs. You'll see him when the games happen.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's making bank. I don't know how much he charges to do RV. I don't know if it's RV hookups. I just see whole rows and rows of these RVs that come for the games.
See, I can't wait to get my upstairs going. Like, I wish my upstairs was going right now because this weekend's huge in Texas because Florida and Michigan play at the stadium. College football kickoff.
Nice. Yeah. Now, if we have any gas here still in the area.
Man, that's something to think about. Cause
you said Arlington is dry and no gasoline in Arlington?
Arlington is dry.
All of Arlington?
I don't know all of it, but when my wife went, it was dry. So... People in Texas, I know you're not hearing this right now, but yeah, go get you some gas.
Go get you some gas.
I have a little idea of how we could kind of turn that into kind of profitable if people don't have gas.
How's that?
You have a truck, drive up to Oklahoma, gas up about 50 cans or however many can fit on the back of your truck, come back, sell it.
Huh. Not a bad idea. But they'll start getting affected by this thing, too, because a lot of the gas comes from Houston, right? The refineries, and it comes up this way.
I wonder if Arkansas is going to get hit.
I don't know.
I'll call
it's just the paranoia right now going on. People loading up. Everybody wanted to fill up today because it started a rumor. Oh, we're going to be short on gas, and everybody just started hitting up the
taking gas cans too. I'm going to tomorrow.
Which means tomorrow everybody filled up today. So tomorrow there's going to be not a lot of people filling up. I mean, unless they didn't get any today.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of not paranoid, but I'm not really a prepper. I kind of am because I do try to keep 30 things of water in my house at all times. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go take a gas can up there and fill up 2 gas cans.
That's a good
just
idea.
in case.
Good idea. And a sawed-off shotgun, in case the S goes down.
Yeah, I'm serious, man.
Get away from my gas. No, you said prepper. I automatically thought, man, okay, you're going to have, my plan is to accumulate houses and Airbnb them, if I'd love to do them that way so I can still have these properties and people, I can use them whenever I want to use them. That's a great thing. And, but it's a great way especially if these houses have garages, because I don't know, you can close off access to the garage and let the people probably don't even care if they're going to get a garage or not anyways, right? They just want a place to park. And so it'd be like if you're a prepper, if you're into that, it'd be a great way to be a prepper by accumulating these Airbnb properties and keeping all your prep stuff in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can bounce, and the heat gets so hot over here, you can bounce to the next house, You got your other Airbnb, and then
I've always thought, like in Texas, it would be cool to build like a basement or an underground house under your house for prepping purposes.
Nice. Yeah, it's something to do, but it has something to do with our soil. Why it's hard to do that. Why we don't have basements here.
The soil's clay.
Okay.
In Texas, and that's why there's so many foundation issues. Like the first thing any realtor's going to tell you when you buy a house in Texas is get the foundation inspected because all the foundation shifts in Texas. Right. Yeah.
And so a lot of the people like here in Texas, let's say Oklahoma or wherever, they all have their tornado shelters. That's the thing. We don't have tornado shelters. A lot of people don't have tornado shelters, or we don't have underground ones here.
Yeah.
Or even in our house, but we get freaking tornadoes all the time.
Yeah, we do.
And so, and I'm even thinking about it because people are building these like concrete like closet in the middle of their house. Like it's like a closet, but then they pay someone to get it fortified with concrete. They put like some bunk beds or whatever in there. And they put like, they prep a little, got some snack or food and stuff in there, and like a TV in case a tornado comes. They get it. They all get in there and they all chill out. Just watch TV, whatever. Yeah. If it get hit, it gets hit. At least they're in a fortified structure. It's above ground, but it's still concrete fortified with winds up to whatever they say. Yeah. And I thought it was pretty cool. And it's a little bitty room, and all the whole family can get in there.
Yeah, because me and my wife were talking about doing that because when we had, I think it was a few months ago, when we had that 85 miles per hour winds come through, we had to sleep under our stairs. And like we woke up, patio furniture's thrown to hell, barbecue grills flipped over, all the fences are down. So yeah, I'm actually thinking about may need to do that to the under my stairs, like turn into like a kind of concrete area. That's especially here because we like last year around this time I think we had an earthquake. Oh yeah, we had an earthquake. I felt it. The funny part was it happened on my son's birthday, September 3rd last year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because all my family was here, and I remember it because I was sitting on the toilet and we had an earthquake. Yeah, I'm sitting on the toilet.
You just thought you had eaten some bean burritos or something.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting on the toilet. And I'm looking at my phone, and I feel everything starts moving. Like people are flipping out in Texas, but I'm from the Northwest. We have earthquakes. They didn't. Really yeah. So me, I wasn't really shook up by it. But a tornado, I'm out of here, man.
Those are scary, dude.
Hell yeah,
freaking scary. And so yeah, that's ways to use our Airbnbs to save our arses, our lives, right?
Uh-huh.
We're talking about items left behind, and you Coca-Cola, mashed potatoes, and prescription pills, man.
Those are the second or third pieces of items left behind in my house hack Airbnb, as I'll start calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she left behind her prescription pills. We took them to her.
And I touched on the last Airbnb episode, on the last Live Let Thrive episode 14.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on it, my turo experience.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I told you the ins and outs, but man, yeah, that's to go more in depth with that. I got so me and my wifey and the two kiddos,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, and our daughter, our 3-month-old Lucia. So my 10-year-old's Cadence, 3-month-old is Lucia. We all did a little family trip to South Padre Island. So we hopped on a plane that Sunday, and we arrived at McAllen Airport, which is about an hour and 20 minutes drive from South Padre Island. So we're like, well, all the cars, I usually rent a car there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's around $35 a day, whatever. Plus all the dang taxes they throw. There's an airport tax, there's this city tax.
Yeah.
They tax the hell out of rental cars, and they do. And that's an interesting topic, because whenever cities want to raise money, who do they tax? Hotels and rental cars. And now Turo is like they're on kind of like when Airbnb first started out, they weren't getting taxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Turo ain't getting taxed. So you say, here's your, I'm renting a car for 5 days for $20. It's $100, and the Turo fee's $10. I don't get all these outrageous taxes and fees like the rental car companies charge me.
I think that's a good idea for now. What Turo can do, like kind of what Airbnb did, just stack up all that money under the radar.
Right,
and then, okay, we got all this money stacked. We don't mind paying taxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Turo stays under the radar long enough. I even see people on Facebook talking about Turo. So I think Turo's on the rise. So I think once Turo becomes that car rental place, like Airbnb's that home renting place now, once Turo becomes that, they're going to start getting hit with the tax rules, where they're either going to choose, hey, we're going to play by the rules, or we're not going to play by the rules.
Yeah, so my Turo experience, here goes. So we land that Sunday morning, right? And even at the airport, I saw that, our flight, it showed that we're going to actually get there. I'm able to use my phone on the airplane, because I have T-Mobile, and when you fly on American Airlines, you have T-Mobile, you can use the internet, and and you could text and everything for free.
Yeah, because you were texting me while you were in there.
Yeah, right. I text you on the air. And so anyways, the pilot came on and said, yeah, we're supposed to arrive at 11. And so, we're actually going to arrive to 10:20, around 10:20. So we're going to be early. I was like, oh, cool. I started texting the dude, hey, we're going to be there a little early. We're going to be there at 10:20, if you can get there, whatever. Okay, no problem. That's all I heard, right? So anyways, we land, we get our bags, and I start texting him, right? And so we get there. By the time we got our bags at 10:30, I didn't hear nothing. I was texting him, hey, did you there?
What time was he supposed to drop it off?
He was supposed to drop it off at 11, so I was fine with waiting until 11.
Okay, cool.
But on the plane, it seemed like, no problem. We'll be kind of, when he said no problem, I thought, okay, I just assumed, maybe he'll get there early for us, I told him plenty of time. Well, as soon as the captain told us, because we took off like at 9 something, and then the captain got on and said, well, we should be there a little early, but I'm predicting about 10:20 or whatever. So I texted him right away and said, okay, yeah, no problem. And so I just assumed, okay, he might be there early for us. That's cool. He don't have to, and I wouldn't be mad if he said, I can only be there at 11, whatever. So anyways, but it kind of got our hopes up when he said, okay, no problem. And so we got there, got our bags, and started texting him, nothing. I started calling him. It was straight to voicemail. I'm getting kind of nervous. He's supposed to be there at 11, right? And I can't get a hold of him. And so it's already, 10:40. We're waiting outside. It's kind of warm outside. We have all these bags. 10:50. Okay, I said, well, Well, he said he'll be here at 11, so I know his phone ain't on. Apparently, he's not messaging me through the Turo app or nothing, and or because I have his cell phone too. Mm-hmm. And he's not messaging me at all, and so returning my call, he's not answering the calls. Like, okay, this is weird, but I started getting that creepy feeling. Man, I hope he didn't stiff us. I hope this isn't like a Turo drive-by, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because I don't even know the ins and outs of Turo, if people can actually stiff people, take their money and then somehow get away with it. I'm thinking all these things, right? So 11 o'clock approaches, nothing. I don't hear from him. And then 11:05, 11:10, 11:15, and I'm like, finally get him. It's hard. He's already late. I finally get a message, and it's like, I got a phone call. Well, first of all, this dude only spoke Spanish, so I'm speaking to him in Spanish, okay. which made me think, well, what if someone that didn't know Spanish landed? How the heck are they going to communicate with the guy? Whoa. And so it was
you told me that. Go ahead.
I told you that, and then but it was like a friend of his that called me and said, "Hey, are you Steve? Yeah, okay. I'm on my way right now. I'm away. Okay." So 10:20. It was a little bit past 10:30. He finally pulled up.
11:30? Right?
I'm sorry, 11:30. Yeah,
okay.
So it was a half hour late. But to me, I was already anticipating. We landed at 10:20. He might be there at 10:20. So in my mind, it's like kind of like an hour late. Even though whatever, I waited, anticipated him being there at 11, and then so he was a little over a half hour late.
Yeah.
Guy pulls up. He's like, okay, here's the car. Kind of, and I'm like, we got all these bags. I'm like, well, how do you open the trunk? And it wasn't the guy that owned the car or the guy that I was communicating with. It was this other Mexican dude, and he's like, he's just sitting there on his phone. I was like, hey man, how do we open the trunk to get? He didn't Uber, man. Hey, they hop out, boom boom boom. Let me get the trunk. They're all professional and the car's clean and spotless. And I'm used to Uber, and that's my share economy experience with cars is Uber. And if I get a rental car, it's freaking flawless, beautiful car. I love this cool, easy experience. And then he's like, this guy's not even like saying hi or nothing. He's on his phone. He came over there and he tries to open it and this and that. I figured out how to open the dang trunk. So I'm pissed off even more. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I start throwing the bags in there. Yeah. I get in the car. There's a big crack on the windshield. It's a big. I was like, man. And the Turo app, it tells you to take pictures of the car, take pictures of the gas, take pictures of the phone. Of the mileage. Yeah. Right. It tells you all this stuff. And the car was dirty on the inside and out, dude. It was just freaking dirty car. I mean, it didn't have trash. It was just freaking dirty. It looked like someone just got back from the beach. Off-roading on the beach or something. And so. And that dude just goes and sits on his bench, and I'm sitting here taking all the pictures, Yeah. And the spot, it's weird because I guess because I don't know, it was weird. It was because maybe because they got there late or something. But at 11, Turo gave me this. It said, "Here, take pictures of the car," and I guess it has a spot for it'll upload those pictures. But it was already past 11:30, or about 11:45 by the time I took all the pictures, got it all, got us all settled in, got the baby settled in. And that spot where you put the pictures was gone. And I was like, oh crap, Now it's just my word, and there was no way I could send Turo these pictures. Like, this is the moment I took these pictures, Yeah. And I was like, man, this sucks, What if he later on comes after me and say, hey, there wasn't a crack here, or there wasn't, the blah blah blah, or I left a full tank of gas.
Do they have a resolution center?
They do, and I was on the phone with them before they got there. And so I haven't called him. I didn't call him afterwards because, I got the car and we went to Padre, had a good time and all that. But those pictures I couldn't send them. I didn't have anywhere to send them, right? Yeah. And so I was kind of worried. I was like, man, I hope he doesn't come after me saying, hey, I left a full tank of gas. I took a picture of the gas. He left me with 3 dots on there, like, or how it has like 10 dots going straight up, whatever, 10 little rectangles. There was 3 on there. It was less than it was a third or a fourth of gas on there. I was like, what the heck is this? Who lives it? Wow. You're renting. This is your livelihood. You think you're competing with the rental car people. They leave you a full tank of gas.
That's what I'm saying. He was a bad host. That's all it was.
A bad host.
Because first thing you're gonna do if you're an Airbnb, you realize you're in competition with hotels. So if you're in Turo, first thing you're going to know is, how do rental car companies do this, and how do I do it better?
Yeah.
They have you clean car.
On time.
Yeah, on time.
Or early.
See, that's my thing. When you said they're not on time, if I was a Turo host, I would tell the guests to come and pick the car up, because that's less liability on me.
Right.
If I was a Turo host, I'd be like, hey, you come pick up the car. I realize it can be convenient, but then you're putting more liability on yourself as a host.
Right.
Because that dude's late, right?
Uh-huh.
You can't control traffic in DFW or wherever you're at. You can't control traffic. It's about being professional, but things come up. So I'd rather the liability be on the person who wants the car. You see what I mean?
And that would work. I see that. To me, right away, I'm like, okay, I'm flying somewhere. I'm gonna look at I'm not even gonna look at the ones that don't offer free pickup. I'm gonna look at the free pickup ones. I'm not even gonna mess with the ones I have to go to someone's house to get the car. So I think they would struggle in that regard, because so many of them offer free pickup. And but what you're saying, that would work in conjunction with you have your Turo linked to your Airbnb, and you have a place in, let's say, downtown Dallas. People want to fly in. Yeah, they can get to downtown Dallas. There's a train at the airport that take you there, and they can get to your spot, and you have your Turo waiting at the house. I could see that, but having someone pay for like an Uber to get to your house or wherever the car's at, and to get the car, I think it just adds that one more.
That's true.
People want to land and get the car. Like, they're just so. That's how we're programmed by renting cars nowadays. We land, the car's at the airport. Boom, full tank of gas. I'm starting my trip this moment.
Yeah,
I don't have to do another step after I did all the previous steps.
That's a good point.
That's just what I'm seeing. But
that's a good point.
In conjunction with your Airbnb, that might work. You know what I'm saying?
See, because if you do a pickup, that could be a bad review real quick, man. Because like did you leave him a bad review?
Well, here's the thing, 'cause I was nervous about those pictures that I couldn't upload right away, and he was a response on that, and I texted him on Wednesday. I said, hey, dude, this hurricane's coming in. We're gonna fly out Thursday. Are you cool with that? I mean, and he's like, oh yeah, I understand. Yo entiendo. And so he said, just. What time are you flying? What time are you flying on Thursday? And we told him our flight's at 11 a.m. We're flying out. And he's like, oh, I don't know what time I can get there and this and that. I was like, well, is there a way I can leave the car in the parking lot, leave the keys in it? You have a spare key to your car. And he's like, where? In the airport? In the airport? I was like, yeah, I'll leave it in the airport, because it's a little bitty airport, so you can park there pretty much. I think it's free. Yeah. And just park it at the airport, and I'll leave the keys inside, and then you just come with your spare key and you can get in. And because it is, like I said, this car was not fancy. It had the roll up, roll down windows. There was not anything fancy on this, so he probably didn't even need a key to get in. But anyways, so I told him, and he said, oh, I don't have a spare key, which is your freaking livelihood, man. Wow. How do you not have? You pay $1 and you get a spare key to your car, right? Yeah. All of us have spare keys, and this guy, this is his business. This is making him money, and he don't have a spare key to it. And so he said, you know what? Just leave the key under the mat in the driver's side. and so I'm like, you sure, man? He's like, yeah. And so we're communicating back and forth on Turo, and so at least it's documenting it, right? Definitely. And so so I said, I'll leave the back door on the passenger side unlocked, and you can get in through there and unlock the doors, because I don't want to just leave the driver's side door open with the key underneath. And so and he said he was cool with that. And so I left the car there. We got off. We got on our plane. Got back home before the hurricane came. Which so he was fine. He was responsive towards the end of our trip, and I appreciated that he was cool with us, dropping off a day early and doing that, leaving it in the parking lot, whatever. And so I was leery about leaving a bad review, because I didn't have those pictures to prove that I didn't cause damage to the car, because that Turo window disappeared where I could upload the pictures. So I said all I wrote was like, car drove good. It was I left like a bland car drove good, blah blah blah.
What I would have done was, okay, when that thing went away, if they have a resolution center, send the pictures to the resolution center right then and there. Then you could have left a review.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because but I'm not sure how the app works. 'Cause I know Airbnb, you can send them pictures of whatever's wrong or whatever.
Yeah, there was on the app the itself. Once that thing was gone, that there was no other place to send it. So I was looking into that, trying to get on their website and stuff, and I was actually making a phone call when they drove up in the Turo. So I kind of like, man, I just wanted to get to the beach. My family was all kind of like drained,
tired,
and so we just went to the beach, and I didn't worry about it. And we didn't even use the car too much while we were on the beach. A few times we did, and but. Yeah, I was like, man, that's the only thing that was hanging over my head, to leave a bad review, and he could throw something back. Well, he cracked my window or he did something, and I didn't want to get into a battle. And fudge, I didn't have any. I had the proof to back it up, but they could have said, well, you took those pictures afterwards, or I was just in a bad spot.
I wonder if the host knew that you have a certain amount of time to submit those pictures.
Well, this guy, I would, maybe some guys would be smart enough to think something like that, but I don't think this guy would,
You never know, man. It's the people you don't expect that know how to finesse the system. Seriously, man, I'm serious. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So I had a bad Turo experience, and I will give them another chance. Like I was saying, I can't just go off of one person.
Blame the host.
If they had a bad Airbnb, you're not gonna swear off Airbnb, forever.
It's the host, exactly.
But it's just, it's a new system. They got to work out the bugs, and So that was my experience.
Yeah, I really wouldn't blame Turo. I just blame the host on that one. That's a bad host. I mean, you're showing up late. Cracked windshield, dirty car. Come on, you got to know your competition. I'm serious. Like, I've never picked up a dirty rental car. You know what I mean? So, well, that's Steve's Turo experience.
One thing that did cross my mind: why did he send his buddy to drop the car off? I wonder. This is just me thinking, as the Mexican that I am. I wonder if he only spoke Spanish, and McAllen Airport, South Texas, close to the border,
illegal,
crawling with. I'm just crossing my mind. Yeah, it just crosses my mind. It's crawling with the immigration people and stuff like that. So maybe that's why he didn't want to go drop it off.
Did his boy speak English?
No, he spoke Spanish too, but he might have been from there. A lot of South Texas speak Spanish,
Yeah.
So I was just thinking that. I wonder if that was why he didn't want to drop it off personally or whatever.
That's a nice little come up. If you're not, if you're not from here.
If you're not from here. Yeah. Oh, anyways.
I mean, but if you get bad reviews, got to work on your business, though.
Yeah, big time. So that was my Turo experience. I hope you have a better Turo experience than me. Are you going to rent one from them?
I may try it out.
Yeah,
I may try it out. Like, depends on where I go. Usually when me and my wife go somewhere, we go somewhere that either has good public transportation or we can Uber somewhere, but I could try Turo. Like I barely ever get rental cars. We barely ever get rental cars ever, but okay. I might try it out.
I like getting rental cars, especially in Europe. It's like super cheap, dude.
Yeah,
we went to Barcelona and it was like $60 for the whole week to have this rental car. It was a nice new car, It's like stick shift. There's all stick shift over there, which really? I like driving. Real easy to drive stick shifts.
So like $7 a day, right?
Yeah,
$8-9.
Of course, they try to upsell you the insurance, but your credit card covers covers you in insurance. So I never get the insurance, and we drove all over. I like driving all over Europe. It's just cheap over there.
Yeah.
So
wow,
something I like to do.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I may try it. The newest one I'm trying is Spin Lister. I'm gonna post my bikes on there, see what I get from that.
Bicycles?
Yeah, bicycles. Literally.
Oh, cool. What all can you post on there?
Mountain bikes, BMX bikes, whatever bikes like they have.
So it's all bikes.
Yeah, literally.
You post a scooter on there, little push. I
think they have like the electric
scooters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Spin Lister.
I like that, dude.
Because me and my wife are like,
how much does it cost to rent a bike on there?
$15 a day.
Dude, that's half price of what the cities charge. Cities charge $30 a day for bikes, right?
Really?
I know in San Fran. I've rented in San Fran and in Napa Valley. They like $30 a day to rent a bike. It's like renting a car, dude.
Wow, I did not know that.
So that sounds interesting.
So if they're okay, So people already rent out bikes. And you just do it through that little app. So I was thinking, this is what I told my wife. I'm like,
I'm talking about the bike stores that rent them out.
yeah,
yeah.
So that's your competition, right? So I said, what if you had a garage of 30 bikes and they're all rented out? 30 bikes, $15 a day. That's what? Over $300 a day you're making.
That, yeah. Shoot. You're a
10.
bike renter. You're a bike rental. You got to keep them in tip-top shape, though, because you're competing against, they keep them, like, perfect, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not really a bike expert or anything like that.
But if you're going to charge cheap enough, you know, for renting out the bike. You know, one time I went to Napa Valley years back.
Yeah.
And excuse me. Me and a friend, we looked into renting some bikes and, you know, cruising through the wine country and all that stuff, you know, drinking wine, getting on the bikes, cruising around. And like I was telling you, it was going to be $30 each, right, for the bikes.
Yeah.
And it was going to be $30 each for the bikes. That's $60 a day. It started adding on to our trip a little. And we did stay in a little Airbnb cabin up in the mountains in Sonoma for like $60 a night. It was like cheap, but it was awesome.
Hey.
And so we rented some bikes. We were going to rent some bikes, but I was like, you know what? I have a hunch about this. Let me check Craigslist real quick. Mm-hmm. And so I checked Craigslist, and there was this kid happened to be selling 2 bikes, like mountain bike style bikes, for like $30 a piece. And I was like, we can go buy 2 bikes, have them for the whole week on Craigslist, and then just leave them here when we're done with them, and it'd be cheaper. And they were, I mean, I think one of them had a flat, so we had to go. We loaded them in the van that we rented. One of them had a flat, so I told the kid, you know what, this one has a flat, this one's this. I was like, how about $20 each bike? Yeah, okay, that's fine. It was like in this trailer park, in this trailer community. I gave him $20. I gave him $40 for the bikes, and we took them. And then went to a bike shop. I asked them how much to repair a thing, and they said, "Oh, we'll do it for free. You know, we're cool." And so they repaired a little flat tire, and we had 2 mountain bikes. We rode around in all week, and we just left them there when we were done. You know, so Craigslist.
And that's what me and my wife were thinking. I'm like, okay, we have these bikes. We probably bought them for like $150. Why would you rent out a bike for $15 a day for 10 days when you could just go buy a bike?
Yeah.
That was my only concern. I'm like, unless people, I don't get it. You know, even if you rent out a bike for 30, because you can rent them out weekly, monthly, or daily. Like, let's say someone requested for 30 days. 30 days, $15 a day, you just bought a bike. You know what I mean?
Bought a bike, yeah.
2 bikes, probably.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, so that's why I just want to try it out just to see what the return would be.
Yeah.
You know, because I couldn't see anyone just renting out a bike even for 2 weeks. You just bought a bike.
You just bought a bike. And that's the thing. I guess they don't want to go through the whole deal of buying a bike, you know, going to Walmart or wherever while they're in town. That's what I would do. And you could even take it back if you wanted to. This bike ain't working out. And so, but yeah, I just, the only thing is the bikes that they do rent are top of the line, you know, really nice bikes. Yeah. Really easy to ride. I mean, just really nice. Afterwards, you're like, man, I want to buy a bike like this one day. It's like $1,000 bike. You know, they're $1,000, $1,200 bike. They're nice. You know.
Oh, I think that would be their niche then.
Right.
If you're renting out a $1,200 bike,
because people ain't gonna go buy a $1,200 bike for a week to have for a few weeks. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but you could rent one out and get your money back.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about?
Yeah, if you go buy a $1,200 bike, I'm not gonna do this, but I'm just thinking, what's the maximum? Because I have Schwinn's that I bought from Walmart, $150.
Yeah.
Why would you rent that out? You know what I'm saying? Why would you rent that long term or for a week?
You probably wouldn't, right? But for a couple of days, you want to go ride for a couple of days.
But the funny thing is, I went on there in my area. The bikes that I looked at, they were normal looking bikes. See,
and that's because that was $15 though, right? Not like
$10, $15.
Yeah, not like $30 or more a day kind of thing.
I didn't see anything that high.
And these bikes come with helmets. They come with a basket for your stuff and the locks. They come with everything, you know.
Well, mine was very similar to the rest of the list. There was like a lock and a helmet.
Oh, okay.
And they're like $15 a day. But
do they have to sign like waivers and all this kind of stuff when they get there?
No, because I think they protect you. Kind of like Airbnb. with the $1 million insurance thing. They protect you.
The BS $1 million insurance.
I still don't trust it, but you know what I mean. I've heard success stories, but I still don't trust it. So, yeah, that's interesting, man. Like, 'cause I guess it would be an investment share economy if you invest, get a $1,200 bike, 10 days, $20 a night. That's what, $200.
Right.
You can get your money back real fast.
Yeah.
If it's written out,
it'll pay itself off. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Something to think about.
I'm gonna try it. Let's see what
why
I
not?
do.
Yeah, throw everything on there. See what happens.
I know, seriously. See what happens. I mean, all this share economy stuff.
Heck yeah. Well, it's a long show today. We ran a little over.
We've been going in about not only Airbnb, but the rest of the share economy.
The rest of everything. And so that's what we talk about, man. Everything share economy. We love it. I love this show. I love doing this show. I tell you every week. I'm just hyped. I'm excited, man. It just gets me going. I'm tired as hell from after work, but I come here. I can podcast, man, all night, dude.
Yeah, man.
I
it's
love
good
it.
stuff.
And so, you fans, we tried something called on Facebook. We tried to boost a post. We did, to one of our episodes, and you pay $30, and you get it goes out to 7,000 to 10,000 people. The people get to see it, whatever.
Yeah.
And it shows a lot of people are I don't know. I guess we got a lot of eyeballs. We didn't get any clicks out of it. It didn't. It still shows 0 clicks on that post. A lot of people saw it. I don't know. It's visualization. And my buddy works in the field of he helps businesses get automated.
Yeah.
And gets them on the Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. He goes into a business, makes them
social media
presence.
Marketer.
Yeah, social media marketer. Excuse me. And I asked him, dude, I was like, I said, I'm kind of dabbling in your world a little. Mm-hmm. Clicks are expensive, aren't they? He's like, oh yeah, clicks are very expensive. Kind of to try to get a click on whatever you're putting out there.
Yeah.
I said, well, what's y'all's what do y'all consider successful click rate? And he said 2%. So
damn.
So 100 you put 100 people see something, maybe two people will click it. Which. I wish we had that. Right now, no one clicked it yet. But that's what I'm appealing to the fans. If you like the show, we love doing it. We want to keep doing it, and we don't want to put commercials or anything like that. But if you could actually, follow us on the YouTube or following us on if you're not already on iTunes and tell a buddy and tell a friend, say, this is cool. These two guys are cool. We like hearing them talk. We like hearing them BS. And it's different than other real estate type of shows, man. They're doing something different. And if you want to help us keep us going, just spread the word and get us more, more fans. Yeah. And we
definitely on iTunes.
And iTunes.
Download it and leave us a review. I think we only have 1 review. Leave us a review.
Yeah, we have 2, which is cool. Yeah, 2 reviews.
Because we have a bunch of downloads. We know people are listening. We get a bunch of downloads, but we haven't had. I guess we don't ever tell people to leave us a review.
Yeah.
Because other podcasts leave us a review. Leave us a review. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, leave us a review.
So leave us a good review, hopefully. And
yeah. Not like these 2 dudes suck, but yeah.
But yeah, this is what we love. We love spreading the word about Airbnb and stuff like that. So we appreciate you listening, and tell people if you want. And thank you so much. For Live, Let Thrive, I'm Steve.
And I am Myka. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube. Oh, yeah. I always say our website, our phone number, 469-300-9100. But also email us, liveletthrive@gmail.com.
And the website, of course, liveletthrive.com.
Yes, sir.
So remember, live,
let,
and thrive.
Deuces.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.